Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of The Professional Fan. I am the Professional Fan, Professional Mike. Thank you so much for joining the show. If this is your first time stopping by, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this content if you would be so willing. Helps us out a lot. We're up and coming. We're on our road to 1,000 subscribers, so we are trying to hit that benchmark and then hopefully hit many more benchmarks to come. So please like, subscribe, and share this video on your way in this evening. Also, before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to TuneIn Sports, a good friend of the show, a great contributor to the show. Please subscribe to them. He is your one-stop shop for all NBA and Cleveland Cavaliers focused content. He did a great breakdown and reaction to the NBA draft that just ended last night. Round 2 ended last night. So please subscribe to TuneIn, give his video some likes. He's a great friend of the show, great guy, and I'm sure you'll appreciate and like his content. Also, if you could, I want to give a shout out to the great Coach LeGrare, who just did a video with the show, great friend of the show. He is a insanely talented, smart individual who is a strength and conditioning coach, long time, has worked with NFL talent, Olympic talent, great human being, great wealth of knowledge, and we had the privilege of having him on the show again. So please check that video out, give it a like, and you will learn something of need, no doubt, especially if you're an athlete yourself or if you have friends, family that are athletes. It is invaluable knowledge to have. So, and that leads us to this edition of The Professional Fan. So today we're going to kind of just and I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Small technical issues. You never know what's going to happen when StreamYard is your source of streaming content. Well, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by my computer, this episode of The Professional Fan, we're going to be going over the defensive side of the ball when it comes to what to expect in this year's Cleveland Browns training camp. So, in the last episode on Tuesday, we kind of discussed the offensive side of the ball, which I feel like a lot of eyes are on the offensive side of the ball because of the quarterback. I don't want to say controversy, but quarterback competition, the new running back room, going back to wide zone. A lot of eyes on the offense, but this is about the defensive side of the ball. My favorite side of the ball. I was a corner in high school, not a very good one, but goddamn, do I still love watching NFL defenses. And the Cleveland Browns should have a spectacular one. Now, last year, kind of a down year for the defense. Now, I'm going to attribute that a lot to the offensive failings. Defense gets tired easy, especially when you don't have a run game. So hopefully that will even out this year. The year prior, though, the Cleveland Browns defense was historic. Best third down percentage in the NFL. Like I said, they were on a historic pace. And the Browns in this offseason have added a lot to the NFL defense. The Cleveland Browns defense, rather. First round pick, 5th overall pick, Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan. 33rd overall pick, first pick of the second round, Mike linebacker Carson Schwessinger out of UCLA. And just some rough and tumble guys, man. And even in free agency, a few of our notable free agent pickups, Malik Collins, Three tech out of San Francisco. He played for the 49ers, had 6.5 sacks with them last season. Picked up Jerome Baker from the Dolphins. And a couple of other key defensive places. At safety, we got DeMonte Casey, who, if you're an AFC North fan, you'll know longtime Steelers free safety. Rayshawn Jenkins, veteran safety. He played for Seattle last year. But the Browns defense, what is it going to look like? Now, the biggest news of this week, I'll cover briefly. We released Obo Okoronkwo. We signed him to a 3-year deal, signed him 2 years ago, and speed rusher, third down rusher, very talented. He had, I want to say he had like around 6 or 7 sacks last season. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, why did we release Obo Okoronkwo, panic, all that good stuff? Well, that was always a possibility. And from what I've read, what I've seen, always a possibility when the Browns signed Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. He's cheaper. He impressed in minicamp. And the fact of the matter is, Alex Wright's coming back healthy. He's probably going to get a lot more playing time. He was impressive his past 2 years. He's been building on a lot since his rookie year. He's going to be the third-year man? Third-year man out of UAB. And then we have third-year man out of – no, I'm sorry. Fourth-year man out of UAB. Third-year man out of Mizzou, Isaiah McGuire, is also continuously impressive, especially in the run game. And then you have Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. And also they like to move Mike Hall around. He's going to be in his second year out of OSU. So the Browns defensive tackle, defensive end room, very crowded. And the fact of the matter is, if you can find a guy on a vet minimum deal like Tryon-Shoyinka, and you have 2 guys on a 4th round salary and a 3rd round salary, respectively, with Alex Wright, you're going to go with those over the 15 plus mil that you're paying Obo Okoronkwo, especially after paying Myles Garrett the bag. And that's the first thing I'm going to touch on with what to expect in training camp on the Browns defense. And that is, Myles Garrett continues to look like an alien mutant from Venus. The man is an Olympian. When I say Olympian, I don't mean Olympics. I mean the bro is from Mount Olympus. The dude isn't human. I don't know what planet he's from. I don't know what superpowers God gave him, but he is the de facto, in my opinion, best NFL player right now. He's best NFL player, period. And with the contract comes expectations. Obviously, Myles Garrett, double-digit sacks seriously every year. Biggest question is, can he hit 20 sacks? Can Myles Garrett finally hit that coveted 20 sacks or even break the sack record? If there's anybody with sheer talent, athleticism, work ethic, all of that, it's Myles Garrett. And I think Myles Garrett has the ability to break the sack record. Is this the year? I don't think so. I'm going to be honest. I don't think so. I think he's going to be exceptionally impressive, but I think we got to give Mason Graham and Mike Hall more time to develop. Now, I could be completely wrong. If Mason Graham is ready to go day one and he's taking up more of those double teams and getting pressures up the middle, it's going to make Myles Garrett's job a whole hell of a lot easier. Because the fact of the matter is, Myles Garrett has had okay help recently. Zadarius Smith was excellent for us. And he's a great locker room guy too. I hated when Zadarius left. Up the middle, Shelby Harris, Dalvin Tomlinson. Dalvin Tomlinson is a very underrated player, but we were really missing that like star player in the middle. And we're hoping that Mason Graham can be that. So what I'm saying now is, for Myles Garrett to get to 20 sacks, we're going to need Mason Graham to dominate, and quickly. And when I say dominate, I just mean pressures. Where he's going to be lined up at the nose tackle position, I don't think they're going to line him up a lot at 3 tech right next to Myles. I think he's going to be lined up at the nose tackle position. He's going to have to eat up double teams so the center doesn't move to Myles, he's going to be moving to Mason. That's the only way. Because If they're double teaming Myles, Mason Graham is going to have to take advantage of those double teams, get pressure up the middle, make the quarterback break the pocket, cause an incompletion, cause a sack, something. And that is really going to hinge on, can Myles Garrett hit 20 sacks? The biggest thing the Browns have been missing is penetration up the middle. And we've been missing that for a long time. The Browns, it's been one things that I will look at Andrew Berry and say this is a clear mistake on the current front office. Now, I know Andrew Berry has usually gone by like kind of getting the groceries, if you will. Like the defensive coordinator will tell Andrew Berry, hey, get this guy that, these are the positions we want to look at, and he will follow suit. That being said, I think it's failing on the coaching staff. It's failing on Andrew Berry that they haven't prioritized the defensive tackle position, except within the past 2 years where Jim Schwartz has been our defensive coordinator. And Mike Hall, exceptional, twitchy, 3-tech. I think he's got a shit ton of potential. He's just got to stay healthy. He's got to build on what he started to show at the end of last season. He was looking really impressive. They were even lining him up at defensive end because Mike Hall is super freaky fast for a defensive tackle. But Mason Graham has got to be just violent at nose tackle. He's got to be absolutely just getting penetration. He's got to be shutting down the run game. Mason Graham, I'm not going to put a sack number on Myles Garrett because at the end of the day, I think his impact isn't going to be seen in actual stats. You're just going to see it on the field. Is he getting double teamed a lot? Is he taking double teams away from Myles? Is he causing havoc? Is he causing pressures? What's that pressure rate like? How many tackles is he getting? Is he closing the gap when it comes to the run game? Those are the things you're going to want to look at for Mason Graham, and you're going to want to look to see how he's doing in training camp, especially how he's doing against Wyatt Teller, eating up a double team with Wyatt Teller and Ethan Postage. How does he pick up if there's a bootleg and he's got to go up against the tight end, etc. Those are the things you're going to want to look at when Mason Graham is on the field. And that is going to also hinge on Myles Garrett's success. Can Myles Garrett get to 20 sacks this year? It's a possibility. I don't think it will be unless Mason Graham is 110% as advertised and is that immediately for the Browns. Now, that being said, I think Mason Graham's going to be a great player for the Browns. He was my second favorite defensive player in the entire draft. I'm glad he's in brown and orange, even though he is from Michigan. He's a Wolverine. That's fine. He's on our team now. So we'll see. That's one thing to look at training camp is how does Mason Graham look? Now, on to our linebacking room. Our linebacking room, in my opinion, has always been underrated. I think Jason Tarver, our linebackers coach, is arguably one of the most underrated coaches in the NFL and certainly the most underrated coach for the Browns. So, Jason Tarver, our linebackers coach, has done more with less for a long time. Now, JOK, excellent player, superstar player. Obviously, he's out for the season, unfortunately, as he nurses what I think is a nerve injury. Excuse me. Very scary injury. And it explains the Carson Schlesinger pick even more. Now, what to expect with Carson Schlesinger? What to look for in training camp? Well, the first thing I would say is how many first-team reps is Carson Schlesinger getting? Is he going to start immediately? I think they expect him to. I don't know if he's going to start at Mike. I don't know if he's going to start at Will. The Browns really don't like to run a Sam, hardly ever. They usually run two safeties or put another safety out there instead of running a Sam linebacker. So I would say a thing to look for, where is Carson Schlesinger lining up? How is his vision? How is he getting skinny through gaps? But I love our linebacking core this year, man. I mean, we got Jordan Hicks, Jerome Baker, two excellent vets, Mahmoud Diabate, the UDFA out of Utah. He's in his third year now, and he has continuously looked better and better year in, year out. Huge contributor on the defense last year after JOK's injury, and he's almost invaluable on special teams. And then you have rookie linebacker Carson Schwessinger, who you hope to be the Mike linebacker of the future, and God hoping that JOK comes back healthy next year. You would have a linebacker duo that rivals some of the best linebacking duos in the NFL. Rival the Ravens linebacking duo, in my opinion. But Carson Schwessinger is going to be a huge part of this defense. He's going to be the defender of the middle of the field. He's fast, he's quick, he can get skinny through gaps, but really just look at his vision. That's going to be one thing to watch. How many first teams reps is he getting? Are they working him up slow, or if he's immediately getting thrown out there? He had looked very good in rookie minicamp, got like 2 picks during rookie minicamp, and looked fast and explosive and violent off the huddle. So that's going to be a thing to watch. But I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with our linebacking room. Now, the next thing that we're going to have to watch is our corners. How are the Browns' corners going to look like? Denzel Ward, arguably the second best player on the Browns roster behind Myles Garrett. Just continuous Pro Bowl player, top 5 corner in the NFL, in my opinion. He's going to be fine. If he stays healthy all year, great. And he has. He's taken better care of himself. He's had concussion problems. Obviously, there's always been concern for that. He changed his helmet last year, and it was less. So I would say with the corner room, the biggest question mark isn't Denzel Ward. Greg Newsome in the nickel is usually fine. I think the biggest question mark is Martin Emerson Jr. 2 excellent years where he was looking like almost looking like the best corner on the Browns roster, which is shocking because we have great corners. Last year did not look good at all. Actually, he got burned a lot. He was making very questionable decisions out of breaks. He was getting just, weird penalties. And I don't know if there was an injury that wasn't being talked about or something was going on at home. Or maybe it was just the fact that the season sucked and he's a very emotional player. I don't know. It could have been any number of things. But Martin Emerson Jr. last year, for lack of better words, was just bad. Just bad at his job. Now, corner is one of those positions. I mean, Denzel Ward's even had a down year here or there that, one bad year. Okay. He's had 2 great years. But this year, he was a 3rd-round pick. This is his 4th year. He's obviously looking to get a second contract. So this is very important for Martin Emerson Jr. and for the Browns because Martin Emerson Jr. the first 2 years was looking like, okay, this is finally the running mate next to Denzel that we've been waiting for. But this past year, weird penalties, getting burned. And again, it could have been offensive struggles because the defense was out there a lot. The offense could do nothing last year. So that's going to be my biggest thing to watch in training camp. How does Martin Emerson Jr. look? And really, I'm only going to be able to get a decent answer by the time that the joint practices roll around. Because the fact of the matter is, I don't love our receiving room. It's okay. It's not the worst in the NFL, but it's certainly not the best. I would call it slightly average. If Jerry Jeudy wasn't here, we would be like the worst. So Martin Emerson Jr. gonna be the biggest question mark, biggest thing to watch in training camp. So if you have your eyes on our corner room, look to Martin Emerson Jr. He's going to be a big catalyst on the Browns' success on defense. Secondly, and almost lastly, and my biggest concern is the Browns' safety room. Now you have Grant Delpit, who's on the 2nd year of his 3-year deal, signed a second contract. He's been the Browns' leading tackler for a while. He's great in the box. He almost plays like a linebacker, good eyes, not great in free safety, but Grant Delpit, I think, is a good caliber NFL safety. He made a Pro Bowl too, like 2 years ago. But Grant Delpit, fine. Ronnie Hickman is going to be in his third year, I believe, UDFA out of OSU, who looks good at free safety. And I'm hoping, yep, there's Joseph chiming in. Ronnie Hickman should take a leap. I certainly hope so, because he's going to be a major thing. It looks like they trust Ronnie Hickman a lot because they didn't sign like one of the high-end safeties that were out there. They didn't look to a Marcus Williams. They didn't look to Eddie Jackson. They didn't look to any of those gentlemen. They did sign DeMonte Casey, like I said at the beginning of the video, and Rayshon Jenkins. I think DeMonte Casey is going to be higher on that board than you might think. He's going to be the starting free safety, in my opinion. DeMonte Casey is excellent vet, super smart, super doesn't take unnecessary risks with the free safety position, and that's really all Jim Schwartz asks of his free safety. Just hold down the end of the field and don't make unnecessary decisions. So the safety room is going to be one to watch. We did sign those two veteran safeties, and we have Ronnie Hickman, Grant Delpit. I still think it's the weakest room on defense, but I don't think it's bad. Certainly not great, but not bad. Just the weakest. But that defensive line is going to be the engine of this defense. And at the end of the day, if Mason Graham is as advertised and we have Mike Hall takes a leap, watch out. It's not going to matter if Martin Emerson Jr. has another down year. It's not going to matter if the safeties aren't exactly like all that, because Mason Graham's going to have you on the ground. Myles Garrett's going to have you on the ground. Mike Hall's going to have you on the ground. A lot of M names on our defensive line. Just realize that. Don't know if you did, but Mason, Mike, and Myles. Yeah, I'm going to make sure to that. But that's going to be the engine. So I'm going to get into some of these comments here. Michael is solo dolo tonight. Yes, sir. If Ward could catch, he would be an active Hall of Famer. Honestly, depending on, I think he's a Hall of Fame talent as it is. I mean, his pass breakups and oh my goodness, his target percentage is among the lowest in the NFL. People just don't like throwing his way because it very often will just be broken up. Denzel Ward's excellent. I hope, man, he's one of those players that I just hope keeps being good forever, because I loved when we drafted him, and he's such an important cog in this machine. You know what I mean? Now, got some people in chat. What are some questions you may have about the Browns defense? Light up in chat, because I've kind of gone through a little bit. I guess I'm not going to have a whole video on the special teams, so I'm going to cover the special teams right quick because, why not? Punter, Corey Bajorquez, great punter. He'll be fine. Kicker is a question mark. We signed Brotherman for a couple years out of the Chargers. He looked great in 23. Last year he shit the bed, couldn't hit an extra point, field goal, or anything, or do his job. His only job on earth is to kick the ball through those big yellow posts. Couldn't do it last year. And his name, for whatever reason, is escaping me. I'm usually very good with names. Joseph, what is our kicker's name? Starts with a D, doesn't it? Oh my God, my brain. While Joseph looks up the kicker's name, I'm going to enjoy a tasty, refreshing, not sponsored by Garage Beer. But if you'd want to sponsor us, Garage Beer, please reach out. Thoughts on, Humble's in the chat. Hello, Humble. Welcome. Thoughts on Jim Schwartz this year? Yeah, I mean, here, Jim Schwartz, his defensive scheme is the tic-tac-toe of the NFL. Super simple. Wide 9 defense. The Browns don't do anything that's secretive. For whatever reason, our corners can't play zone. He tried to implement more zone last year. Did not look good. So I wonder if he just kind of doubles back and goes more man. But I think that Jim Schwartz should be fine. He got his wish of a super freak of a defensive tackle when it comes to Mason Graham. Got his wish of another Mike linebacker when it comes to Carson Schwessinger. He's got a lot of toys to play with, as it were. I think Jim Schwartz is going to be fine. His worst year of having a defense, I think, was last year, and that's in the entirety of his long NFL career. Before that, his worst defense he had was like ranked 15th. So, and if you have that, that's more than fine to be competitive. So, I think Jim Schwartz is going to have a bounce back year. I think, again, a lot of the defensive failings weren't so much his schemes, but a failing on the players. For whatever reason, our corners can't play fucking zone. Oh, pardon my French. Don't demonetize me. They can't play zone. For whatever reason, our corners are bad at it. All of them are. Every single one of them can't play friggin' zone. Easy peasy zone. It's zone. They can't do it. Stop playing zone. I know it sounds like the most boomer Browns take, but for whatever reason, our corners just aren't good at it. Don't do it. Just rush, blitz like you usually do. Jim Schwartz, let Myles and company do the job and put those dudes in man. Because God, man. But I think Jim Schwartz is going to have a bounce back year. Jim Schwartz is a good coach. I would say a great coach. It's just, damn. Again, a lot of failings were on the offense. They had the defense out there a lot. And I think a big issue is they just got tired. Jerome Baker will be better than people think. Yeah, I like Jerome Baker, man. I mean, he was productive for the Dolphins last year. NFL vet, super smart player. And I just think it's interesting that we have him and Hicks where they kind of do the same thing. So I don't know if like Hicks is maybe like a cut candidate or what, but as of right now, your fourth star, I guess not, because you only have the 4 starting linebackers: Hicks, Baker, Schwessinger, and DPOTY. Dustin Hopkins, thank you. Yeah, Dustin Hopkins needs to get his shit together, or I'm about to be kicking the field goals and extra points. Shit, have David Njoku do it. He wanted to do it in that one mic'd up episode. Yeah, Dustin Hopkins couldn't hit the fucking far side of a barn last year. I don't know what happened to brother. We need more elite speed on the perimeter on both sides. I mean, Denzel Ward's fast. Greg Newsom's closing speed isn't bad. Carson Schwessinger is very fast. Martin Emerson isn't fast, but his thing was he would just lock up early. I think on safety we need to get faster. Ronnie Hickman is sort of fast. Grant Delpit, not fast. And I think that's going to be an issue with our 2 veteran safeties. You just hope that their intelligence kind of makes up for the lack of speed and that they'll know where to go early. DeMonte Casey's a super smart player. I think he was a little bit of an underrated signing. So, tune in. Welcome. I know it's the defense edition, but I've seen somewhere TJ say the QB situations come down to Gabriel and Kenny. Here, man, I'm kind of like I said on the offensive edition. I don't think that's true. I read that too. I know where you read that. I think it might come down to like who's gonna get cut. Like it's between them on who's gonna get cut first. But training camp's gonna come, man, and I think it's gonna be pretty evident, especially in those joint training camp practices, that Gabriel and Kenny don't really got that. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much thought into that report. It's the off season before training camp. People are just putting shit out. I read that report. I don't think there's a lot. StreamYard is giving me all sorts of problems this evening. StreamYard just hates me this evening, man. All right, Rodney, do you think Mason Graham will be a major disruptor on the D line? I do, and that's a great word to put to Mason Graham. I think that is exactly what he's going to be, is a disruptor. He's not. You're not. Again, his stats aren't. I don't think they're going to jump out on the page to you. You're not going to see Mason Graham 10 sacks rookie year. I don't think that's going to happen. He's just going to be a disruptor, super violent. He's going to change the offense, the opponent's offense's plans. That's going to be his big thing. That's the big thing with Mason Graham and what you want him to do, and just to be just breaking their run game, because that's what we need him to do, man. That's all we need. We need them pressures. If he finishes with like 3.5, 5 sacks at most, but an insane pressure rate and a decent amount of tackles, that's worth the first round pick. All right. Let's see what else we got. I don't think the Browns truly have a plan. I think they do. I think the quarterback situation, like kind of what we talked about on our the last show, a little bit more fluid than we probably think. I don't know if it's truly. We're not going into the season with 4 quarterbacks. We just aren't. And I think Kenny's the odd man out. I really do. I think they have a plan. I just think they're allowing the situation to be fluid on who ends up being the Browns' starting quarterback and the lineup, if you will. But just hoist it. For the money StreamYard be charging, they need to get together. Damn straight, brother. Damn straight. I don't know what they're doing with me tonight. Going to be hard to divvy up reps with 4 quarterbacks, in my opinion. It's a real battle for the starting job is Pickett versus Flacco. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big reason too, Joseph, that you and I were kind of talking about it, why we have 2 joint practices this year, is they really kind of want to figure out the quarterback situation. I think it's like I said, fluid, and those 2 joint practices are really going to determine who is your starting quarterback, who's not, and whatnot. But yeah, I agree. It's going to be weird to see how they divvy up the reps and who gets what. I'm not shocked that if they give Flacco little to no reps. So at the very least, it's 3 guys. So, that's my big thing, is like Flacco doesn't need reps. Flacco could probably play NFL football in his sleep. So with that, they only really have to do 3 quarterbacks. Gabriel, your sleeper pick, tune in. I mean, he's certainly the sleeper pick. He's not exactly, He just brought the pizza home. Where'd you get pizza, Humble? Yeah. The masses would like to know where the pizza's from. Doesn't matter where it's from. It could be Little Caesars. It's still good. There's an old adage, I don't know if I can say on YouTube, that there are only 2 things that's, even when it's bad, it's good, and it's pizza and one other thing I don't know if I can say on YouTube. So I prescribe to that that saying. Pizza and one other thing. Good even when it's bad. And if you're at home and you're listening, you probably know what other thing I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, look it up. Can't say it. What's my favorite pizza place, Mike? I will happily tell you. Luca's Pizza, local Northeast Ohio. Old Sicilian guy owns it. When I walked in the first time, I go, "Hey, is it good pizza?" He goes, "Yeah, it's good pizza." And when he said it like that, I knew I was in for a good pie. It's very good pizza, New York style, the kind that you got to fold up. The bottom's crispy. That's the shit I like. I like a deep dish pizza every now and then, but it's not something you can have on the regular, like once a week. Deep dish pizza is not that. So if you're in Chicago and you tell me otherwise, that's a lie. Even you know it's a lie, people of Chicago. You guys have Chicago bar pizza, then you say that's our real Chicago pizza. It's not the deep dish, but you still defend deep dish pizza like that's your thing, but it's not. It's fucking soup. That's what deep dish pizza is. I like deep dish pizza. No offense, Chicago people. But it's fucking soup. It's fucking pizza that's swimming in sauce. That's all that is. It's a casserole. Okay? Cleveland pizza is great. Cleveland pizza is just football pizza. Unpopular opinion, not a fan of Little Caesars. I don't think nobody is a fan of Little Caesars. Tune in. Little Caesars has its purpose, though. It's $5 for a large pizza. I was poor. When I was a younger man, I was a very poor man living in an apartment. You know how many times Little Caesars saved my ass? I had $20 in my bank account. I was like, fuck, what am I going to eat? There's nothing in the fridge. Little Caesars. It serves its purpose. I'm grateful for Little Caesars. Is it good? No, but it's hot and it's ready. That's all that matters with Little Caesars. No, everybody knows it's not that good. It's just Little Caesars. Do you believe reports the Browns will truly take a quarterback again in the first round next year? Because if so, Sanders and Gabriels are just backups. No. I mean, unless Gabriel and Sanders aren't the guy. But I think they're going to get get playing time, and they'll figure it out. Because I think if one of those guys is the quarterback, then they will they'll just roll with that because it'll be the cheaper option to win. You know, you'd prefer to pay a Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel if he makes it that whatever they're making for the next 4 years over drafting a quarterback in the first round. I don't think they're gonna, but yeah. I certainly hope not. I certainly hope Shedeur's the guy. That would be like best case scenario because we could use those picks for a receiver. And if our left tackle is squared away, use it to get a defensive end, man. You use that second first round pick you get to get just a twitchy defensive end just to start. Because here, I love Myles Garrett, but he's 30 this year. You know, he could probably play out the breadth of this contract, but after that, that's it. He's going to the Hall of Fame. So we got a 4-year window. So hopefully Shedeur Sanders is the guy. And I certainly think he can be. Northeast Ohio, one of the best food spots in the world. Ask people. Tell them, Mike. It's true. Akron, Cleveland area, man. Some of the best restaurants you'll ever have, Akron, Cleveland area, especially Italian. A bunch of Italian places up here. Yeah, if you haven't been to Cleveland, dude, I'm telling you, we're not the Detroit of Ohio, I promise. It's great food, great people. We all get along. Just don't go to the east side. That's all I got to say. No disrespect to the people who live in East Cleveland. Sicilians for the win. Yep. I am Sicilian. Yes, in that case, Mike used to put our money to get a pie. Yeah, exactly, man. It's just it serves its purpose. I didn't know the second half of this podcast I'd be talking about pizza. I'm shocked at how long I can talk about pizza, but I can really like get into some pizza discussions, man. You know, speaking of Detroit pizza is underrated. That it's like a French bread almost in a pan. That's how they do it. So it's real thick and bready. That shit's good. There's a chain that just opened up around here called Jets. I don't know if you guys have had Jets pizza. It's decent. But I'm not so much of a chain pizza kind of guy. But I prefer like the mom and pop pizza places because those are the places that you know you're really gonna get your money's worth. Like there's another place in Akron, Luigi's Pizza, friggin' delicious. LeBron used to eat there. Luigi's also has just some great friggin' pasta and meatballs and stuff. Cleveland's got some excellent pizza places in Little Italy. And Cleveland used to be a mafia hive. So, the Italian food's got to be good. You got to have the gabagool out. How are you going to keep the mafia happy if you don't got the gabagool? No disrespect to the Italian mafia. I am Sicilian. And I love all of you guys. No disrespect. I hope my car doesn't explode. He's just the guy that needs a chance. Yeah, I think Shedeur Sanders just definitely needs a chance. Mark and Philly's Sicilian pie. Mark and Philly's excellent. Underrated shout out too. For a while there, Mark and Philly's got a little greasy, but they fixed their pizza recently. It's real good. Their Sicilian pie though, you have like 2 slices, you're done. Like I can eat some fucking pizza. But Mark and Philly's, man. Dontino's in North Hill, staple. Yeah, Dontino's got some good pie. You know what's I got a question for chat. Favorite chain pizza? That's an important question. That'll tell me a lot about who you are as a person. Yes, finally took you to Luigi's and you had some real Italian food. Yeah, it's the first real Italian food I've had since like my great grandmother died. She used to make pasta in a cauldron for 11 children. So, yeah, God rest great grandmother. But yeah, this is the first real Italian food I've had in a while. Well, she was making it for my great grandfather Salvatore. So, favorite Donato's. Is Donato's a regional chain or is that like a big chain? I thought Donato's is regional. Am I wrong? Tune In's not in Ohio. If he's still in chat, do you guys have Donato's wherever you're at? Numero uno. Damn. I ain't never heard of numero uno. Number 1. It's not even una. It's not even Italian. There's a pizza place in Spanish? Where's that, Ron? Is that a Colorado pizza place? Like a Colorado chain, Rodney? Let me know. I'm dying to know. Quick segue story. Speaking of food chains, I'll never forget. For one of my best friend's weddings, it was in Spokane, Washington. And I was so excited to go, obviously, because I love my best friend. We've been best friends since like 7th grade. He met his wife in the Navy. And, I wanted to try some food out there. We don't have Jack in the Box in Ohio. I wanted to try some damn Jack in the Box. I am a sucker for chains that aren't around here, like Bojangles when I go down south. And I was like, oh shit, I'm out west. I can finally have some Jack in the Box. Let's do it. My other best friend, Justin, who was driving the rental car because he's a year older, because you can only drive a rental car when you're 24 in America. Dumbass law, by the way. Don't know why that's a thing. And I was younger than that at the time. Wouldn't take me to friggin' Jack in the Box. Wouldn't take me to the drive-thru. Didn't get to try Jack in the Box. Don't know when I'm going to be out west again or wherever the hell has Jack in the Box. To this day, I'll never forgive you for that. If you watch this podcast and you know who you are, you know what you did. I heard the tacos at Jack in the Box are actually decent, but also they have burgers and tacos. That's fucking weird. Sorry. Don't demonetize me. Closest one. Oh, Joseph, you had numero uno? Was it good? Tune in. What's your favorite pizza chain? You haven't said so yet. Maybe the one I had is different. Yeah, it's a funny story. I'm really upset that I didn't get to have Jack in the Box, bro. I just want to. Like, we have Five Guys burgers and fries up here at least. I heard that it's at better than In-N-Out, but some people swear by In-N-Out. Never had In-N-Out, can't tell you. I wonder what Miles, California. I thought it was national, period. Oh, it's in California pizza chain. Yeah, no, it's not in Ohio. Ohio has like a lot of weird regional chains, like Swenson's. I know they just branched out to like Indiana. If you're ever in Ohio for any reason and you want a just amazing food, period, go to Swenson's, get like 3 galley boys. Thank me later. It's awesome. If Shador Sanders somehow sees this and you want a cheat day and want to have a burger, go get a galley boy, go get a California and some potato teasers. Have a great friggin' afternoon. It's like an old school drive-through kind of place. It's an Ohio regional, like it's an Akron staple. I swear by Swenson's. Shout out Swenson's. You're local, I'm local, sponsor us, please. Give me free galley boys. All I want is a free galley boy and a great milkshake. God, it sounds gross. It's not. Great milkshake, delicious. It's like grape vanilla. It's friggin' awesome. Yeah, the Five Guys prices are a little fucking nuts. The prices on anything are nuts. It's like $17 at Jimmy John's now for like a foot-long sub. Food not the same anymore. I don't have a favorite one. I like the local spots. That's fair. And you're in New Jersey, so you have probably like Tuna, I don't know how close you are to New York City. I know like New Jersey is like that small. And since the show's gone kind of veered a little bit because we've already covered the defense, we might edit this live and make it 2 separate episodes. Why not? Um, Tune in. I'd be curious to see. There's a dude in. So I'm in the car business professionally. There's a gentleman in New Jersey who does. You're close to New York. Oh, okay. There's a gentleman in New Jersey who has a car dealership. It's called J&S Auto House. It's a Lebanese family. His name's George Saliba, and he does a bunch of videos. And he is like a Mitsubishi dealer, but has a bunch of like high-end luxury cars. Have you ever like watched his stuff or know of Mr. Saliba? Because I know he's in Jersey. He's in Ewing. I don't know where that is relative to where you're at, or I know New Jersey isn't that big of a state, so I don't know if you've heard of it, but I'd be curious to see if you did, and if like there's some information on Mr. Saliba. Shout out George Saliba. Subscribe to his channel if you are interested in cars. He's a pretty cool guy, seems like. And if you have some insane $350,000 car that you want to get rid of, they'll buy it. My dealership won't, assumingly, so I'm not taking business away from my dealership. When you come to the area, Tune, we'll take you to all the good food spots. Hell yeah, we will, bro. Cleveland's got all the good food spots, bro. Cleveland is a sleeper city. It is a city that has every big city amenity you could possibly want without the hustle and bustle. There's less than 500,000 people that live in Cleveland now. Playhouse Square, though, right behind Broadway as far as plays go. I mean, we got national parks. We got friggin' everything. I mean, we got the lake that's basically an ocean. We got friggin' our Museum of Art's one of the highest rated in the country. Our zoo's pretty cool. Like, Cleveland's got some shit, dude. Cleveland actually is a cool place. It's just that our winters are awful. Our summers are even worse. The fall doesn't last long enough. Our weather just sucks, man, because of that friggin' lake. It's all that lake's fault. And the sun. I'm going to blame that. Grape for real. Yeah, dude. That grape milkshake, like, it's awesome. Like, I swear by it. I also just love grape flavored things. Like, artificial grape is fire. Like, that's my favorite artificial flavor. Period. That and watermelon. I absolutely love watermelon flavored things, especially like artificial watermelon. It's like the best. Like watermelon, like taffy. If you ever had that, so friggin' good. Like watermelon smoothies, watermelon milkshakes, all about it, dude. I could I could eat 30 artificially flavored watermelon candies or grape candies, all about it. Everybody's always all about green apple, and I'm just nah. I wonder what Myles Garrett's favorite candy is. He seems like a Mike and Ike's kind of guy, like something weird, something that I wouldn't expect. Like he would go into a movie theater and buy Raisinets. By the way, if you buy Raisinets at a movie theater, you should go to jail. That's who eats chocolate covered raisins? You have a problem. You should be in jail. That's like something you'd see on Mindhunter or like Unsolved Mysteries. Luigi's in Action is certainly a must tune. Yeah. Iconic place. Everybody goes there. Yep. Dude, Myles Garrett's the best player on the Browns. I got to bring him up, dog. It's my favorite player. I got so much Myles Garrett paraphernalia in my house. Best restaurant in our city? Damn. In our city. You're talking about like our city, like our city adjacent to Akron. It's kind of hard actually. Certainly not a small local business I'm not going to shout out because they gave me food poisoning. I'm not going to rag them on the internet. That seems wrong. And I actually like them. Best local place. So I'll give you two. One in our city. Butcher and Sprout always has good food. I've never had a bad meal there. I'll shout out Butcher and Sprout, small business. Boss Chicken and Beer, that place rocks. That place has some great fried chicken, man, and vegan options if you care about that. And then in another town over, Hudson, which is a suburb of Cleveland, it's kind of hoity-toity, but they have a place called Flipside. Dope burgers. Dope burgers. Tune in says Swenson's. Yeah, dude, Swenson's goes hard. I could eat Swenson's every day of the week if I had money. Oh, Flurry's. Yeah, Flurry's. Flurry's is a good shout out. Shout out Flurry's. Great local diner, like an old school breakfast diner. Never had a bad meal there either. I was kind of thinking of dinner places. Rise and Shine also. Oh shit, Blue Door Cafe. We have this local brunch place that had a master chef contestant legitimately like be the chef there for a while. It's owned by a military veteran. Great place. Again, hoity-toity, expensive. They have like crepe beef Wellington available, but that place rocks. Again, a little expensive, but it's worth it for the occasional brunch, like maybe once in a while. I can get down with vegan. See, I can't, bro. I don't know what it is. And like when I was at Boss Chicken and Beer, they're like, "Here, we'll throw in an extra wing. It's gonna be like jackfruit or whatever the hell they do." And they're like, "I bet you can't tell the difference." And I couldn't. I felt violated. I was like, there was fruit somewhere in here that was deep fried and was told it was chicken. They did give it to me for free though. And if you're vegan, that's how you live your life. That's fine. I love animals. I have way too many animals, but I enjoy steak and chicken and pork and fish. I can't get rid of it. I'm just your classic American dude, man. I need my burgers. That's why I could never own a farm because I know cows are like super loving. It'd be like awful. I'd be like, I can't do this. I would be vegan because how I love animals, man. I can't be around farm animals. I just start feeling bad all the time. Yeah, Blue Door is rated one of the best spots in the country. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. It's right in Cuyahoga Falls. Poncho and Lefties. That's some good Mexican. Quaker Steak and Lube, Louisiana Liquor Wings. Thank me later. Yeah, Quaker Steak and Lube, local wing spot. It's pretty good. For a while there, I was out of chicken though. I couldn't eat chicken because I got the worst food poisoning I've ever had in my life. Like 2 months ago, I had a local spot, and bro, I could not. It was awful. Sorry if that's TMI. Always fun here on the Professional Fan. We talk sports, we talk food, we could talk books. Doesn't matter. Come for the sports, stay for the recommendations. Pav's ice cream, yeah, I gotta love Pav's. Handles, Strickland's. Y'all have Wingstop? Yeah, we have Wingstop. Wingstop's good. I'm a fan of the lemon pepper wings. And the fact that they're open till 1 a.m. is always like, it's the smartest business decision ever. If you own a business that makes chicken wings or pizza or is just some sort of fast food and you are not open late, I don't know what you're doing. Got to be open late. People are getting out of the bars, getting out of drinking. They want some food. Stay open late. Make money. What are you doing? Quit being, we're going to close at 10. What are you doing? You're leaving so much money on the table. Charlie's? Yeah, Charlie's is all right. There's a gyro spot at West Side Market. That's if it's still open. You should come to West Side Market's dope in Cleveland. Do we have Wingstop? I want to know what people think Ohio is. Like, what do people in New Jersey or any other state think of Ohio? Do they think we're all like corn and everything? Because like it's all like metropolitan up here, dude. Like all of Northeast Ohio, it's like one of the most condensely populated places in the country. Shout out West Side, yeah, West Side Market. It's great now, especially since they rebuilt it because it caught fire. what was that? Like 5 years ago? Longer? I don't remember. There was a huge fire. West Side Market is one of the biggest draws of Cleveland. It's really dope. Go to West Side Market, support your local restaurants, butchers, bakers. There are some artists there. It's dope. That's where you get your beef jerky. Bro, they got some fire beef jerky at the West Side Market. There's a little microbrewery in there too, and I am a fan of the beer. Some great breweries in Cleveland and Cuyahoga Falls, for that matter, and Akron. For all the beer drinkers out there, Thirsty Dog, great beer. Great Lakes, great beer. Missing Mountain, Cuyahoga Falls, has excellent beverages. Bell Tower Brewing in Kent. Damn, there is a lot of breweries around. Ohioans like to drink. What can we say? Helps. Favorite brewery spot? The question I wish I never would have been asked. Damn. I'll give you two. I'll give you one for the food, one for the beer. For the beer, I just mentioned them. Missing Mountain Brewery in Cuyahoga Falls. I don't care if you like IPAs, don't like IPAs. If you get the Zwickle Trickle, that's what it's called, Zwickle Trickle IPA at Missing Mountain, you will not regret it. It is the perfect beer. It is tangy. It's a little bitter, not too bitter. It's got that zest of lemon at the end. It's light and refreshing, but it's got pop on your tongue, and it's pretty decent on the alcohol content. Goes down easy, stays down easy, and you don't feel like crap after drinking a couple of them. Missing Mountain makes an excellent beverage. For food and atmosphere, I just said them too. Bell Tower Brewing in Kent, made out of an old church. They put a brewery in an old church. Really cool atmosphere, good food. The beer's okay. It's okay. I haven't been there since they opened, so I'm sure they've gotten better. But yeah, Kent, also great spot to hang out. I'm sure Kent State University. It's legit a school in a small town right next to us. So check out that spot. Damn, Mike, I miss good old beer. I'm 3 years sober, brother. Congratulations, man. Yeah, here. Always drink responsibly if you're watching this, but it's great. Alcohol isn't one of those things that here. Alcohol is one of those things that you can kind of take off the rails. So if you do drink, fine, do it responsibly. If you don't drink, more power to you. You're looking after your health, your well-being, your mental health, because honestly, and this isn't an attack on people who drink, because I'm legit drinking a beer right now. But yeah, alcohol can be one of the worst things for you, and it's been legal forever, but it's readily available. It's not great for you, but you know, drink responsibly. But it's awesome, man, that you're sober from it. I know a lot of people that had trouble quitting drinking. So awesome, dude. Yeah, you don't want to piss off the owners. We go in these places. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. Sober from alcohol, that is. Yeah, and partake in other things. I don't drink, but Mike has me spell his drinks become some smell like shit. Yeah, anytime me or Joseph are out, I was like, you want to give this beer a smell test? And he'll tell me like what it smells like to him. It's actually super entertaining. Be like, oh, this one smells of almonds and bergamot. I don't know what the fuck bergamot is. What is bergamot? I always hear people throw that out. Is it a spice? Yeah, absolutely, humble. Yeah, that's good, man. Here, quitting drinking for some people could be like the hardest thing in the world. I am a nicotine addict. I will be the first to say that if I'm addicted to anything, it's nicotine. I used to smoke cigarettes. I smoked for like 12 years. I started when I was 16. And bro, that was the hardest thing I ever. That was the hardest thing I ever did. The second hardest thing is getting StreamYard to work on a Friday night, apparently. Jeez. Is that the third time something's gone awry? That's your $20 word of the evening, just so you know, folks. Awry. But yeah, no, I mean, here, quitting anything is hard, man. Like quitting smoking sucked. Like I still use nicotine and like shout out Zen, but sponsor me, Zen. It's not sponsored, but also nicotine is an addictive substance, all that good stuff. So yeah, don't use nicotine. But Zen has helped me get off smoking. Covering the Browns hasn't truly helped Mike quit smoking either. Go watch some of the early episodes from way back when we started. Yeah, bro, I was fucking chain smoking. I would be in there covered in our earlier videos, and I'd be like puffing down a pack of Luckies. Oh man, I was like the what not to do as far as sports fans go. Man, I had to switch to Luckies too because they were like still like $5 a pack. And Marbs, what I used to smoke, went to like 11, and I was like, I'm not paying that. I'm paying $12 to hurt myself. That's crazy. So went to Lucky's and then switched to Zen eventually. But there's some days that I miss smoking. Like I really do. Like even right now, as I sip this beer, like I miss like a cigarette would probably hit the spot. But and when I'm real stressed out, like I'm like, fuck, man, I could really use a cigarette. But yeah, it was even if I'm still using nicotine, but it's just nicotine salt and doesn't have the rest of the shit. And obviously, it's like the pull of a cigarette. That is the addictive part. Yeah, quitting smoking sucks. Don't smoke, kids. Never pick up the pack, even though it looks cool. It does look cool. You do look cool, but don't smoke. It's bad for you. Thanks for being such a guy, Mike. Oh, thank you, humble. You're a hell of a person, man. And like I'm always for like people like conquering their demons. You know what I mean? Like We all got some. It might not be a substance. It might not be everybody's got bad habits, man. And like when you conquer it, it's so powerful. I know some people that are crazy addicted to like gambling and stuff. Like that's where it's bad. Love all you guys. We're just getting started in this YouTube game, just getting started. Subscribe to TuneIn Sports in this channel. We coming. Hell yeah, we are. Subscribe to TuneIn. Subscribe to us. All that good stuff. Subscribe to the Professional Fan. I know this show kind of got off the rails. If you're new here, at least you know some great food spots in Cleveland and Akron area now. But getting into the comments, we'll always go off the rails, talk about whatever. That's why we're called the real media, is we keep it real. We're going to cover what we cover, and then, we'll just talk about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, all that good stuff, talk about just all the local stuff. This just came up. I'm hyped. It's a great weekend. We had the draft last 2 days. I got UFC tomorrow. I'm gonna hit the pool talking with the fellas about live sports. Thank you guys for this platform. You guys are great. You're great, Humble. I'm so glad that you guys that you found us, man. You're a great human being. You're great to talk to. I wish you nothing but well in this life, and well in success. You know what I mean? You're just a great dude, bro. And all of the people that have chatted in, whether you be here from the Shador Sanders stuff, if you're local, or you just enjoy the sports, or just enjoy talking, we appreciate all of you guys for chatting in, liking, subscribing, because we want to take this show to new heights, and so we can branch out and meet more cool people, because everybody we've interacted with, you guys are all great. And that's why I call you beautiful people. That's why at the end of every show, I said, I love you very much. It's all true. You guys are great, man. Wherever the show takes us, we love it. I appreciate you, Ronnie. Yep, God is great, brother. Wouldn't be here without him, man. God has gotten me through some tough battles, bro. Where are we at for time? 1 hour? Let's see. Anything else we want to cover? Any last minute questions in chat? Oh, I'm bringing back a segment. We used to do this earlier on in the show. It was called the Book of the Week. So, folks, if you didn't know, I try to read a book a week. I know it's hard to tell by looking at me, but I can actually read. So, I try to read a book a week, whether it be fiction or nonfiction. I enjoy reading everything. When it comes to nonfiction, I love medieval shit, knights, all that stuff. Really cool. Who doesn't like knights? Fiction, love fantasy, sci-fi, horror. So the book of the week that I have been devouring is The Dissonance by Sean Hamill. The Dissonance is a dark fantasy novel, kind of a mixture of The Stand and It, but with like Lovecraftian kind of tendencies. If you dig fantasy with horror aspects, check out The Dissonance by Sean Hamill. It's his second book, and I couldn't wait to pick it up and read it. Bought it hardcover. Sean Hamill's first book, The Cosmology of Monsters, is also excellent, and it's a very quick, just read that you can like get through in like a couple days because of how engaging it is. So, book of the week, The Dissonance by Sean Hamill. Super excellent. Think you would enjoy it. I really think you'd like it. If you like sci-fi, if you like horror, if you like fantasy, that's a good one. Sean Hamill's one of those up-and-coming authors that I think is going to be very successful. Favorite bookstore? Oh, dude, easy. Learned Owl in Hudson. The Learned Owl is a locally owned bookstore. I've been going there since I was a child. Great owners, great people. They'll give you recommendations. They have a great selection. Cute, cozy store within in downtown Hudson here in Ohio, suburb of Cleveland. excellent place, excellent people. Shop local, especially if it's a bookstore, because if you have a local bookstore, chances are they are competing with Books A Million, with Borders, if they still exist, and Barnes and Noble. So always shop local. Even if they don't have the book you're looking for, they can order it for you. Always shop local. Yeah, it's the reason why I decided to tune in one day, Law. I thought y'all had good vibes and y'all was covering the Cavs. I support a lot of creators. Hell yeah, tune in. Paramjot, welcome. Show. If you want to see the actual sports talk of this episode, you're gonna have to go about to like the 30-minute mark and behind. We've kind of gone off the rails a little bit, just talking about. Let's talk about student sports. Yeah, he's got a great show, man. I remember that too, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check out TuneIn's channel. Summer's gonna be so dead with guards being terrible. Yeah, dog. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the Guardians. Why did you have to bring it up, Paramjot? This isn't. Oh, yeah. I'm not even watching baseball because the Guardians are bad, dude. Like, I'm out. I'm about to like watch the WNBA or something, dog. Like, I'm so out on the guards. We're just bad. We're bad. That's what we are. Thoughts on the library? Like, just any library? The library is great, man. Support your local library. They're super useful. They have like cool events and bookstores and stuff, and or bookshops that they open where they sell used books. But support your local library. I was in a library a lot when I was a kid. When my parents were hard up because I am a reader, and books are expensive, bro. I got the MLB package and I can't watch that crap. What, the Guardians or like the WNBA? The WNBA is fun now. Like, it's fun to watch. Like, that draft, the Caitlin Clark draft with Angel Reese and the other players, great. Yes, we are getting a WNBA team. The Rockers are back, baby. And damn straight, I'm going to go to some games. Here, if it's a Cleveland team, I'm going to support it. It don't matter. We could have a professional tennis team. I don't know if that's the thing. I'd support it. Professional lacrosse, let's go. Water polo, I don't care. Let's do it. That's just how Cleveland rolls. I will watch whatever. If it's the Cleveland something. Especially because Lamar always seems to underperform in the playoffs. Oh, I saw they got the winnings Raven this year. That sounds crazy. Yeah, a little crazy. I don't think, man, they just don't get Lamar help, bro. Lamar just don't got help. You know what I mean? I mean, Lamar, I mean, the Ravens have always been, always will be the wide receiver graveyard. I mean, they have Steve Smith at the end of his career, OBJ, now DeAndre Hopkins. It's just like, here, bro, you want to just draft one? Like, I like, oh my God, the kid out of Boston College. He's in like his second or third year. I like him a lot, but he's not exactly, the guards I can watch. Caitlin Hoop, though, she's nice. Yeah, I can't watch the guards right now, man. I really think it's just, I think it's over, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade Jose soon, and that's sad to see. The guards aren't going to be good until the Dolans sell that shit. That's just the way it is. We're never going to be truly competitive until the Dolans sell, and I don't know when they're going to sell. By the way, if you're the Dolans and you're watching this, you suck. You suck. You know we don't like you. All of us don't like you. It's a thing. You run this baseball team horribly. It's a staple and historical franchise that you've turned to absolute fucking shit, and it's your fault, Mr. and Mrs. Dolan. I hope you know this, and I know you don't give a damn about the fans, the team, or anything. You should be ashamed, and you are the only owners I will ever say that to. You should be ashamed of what you've done to this baseball team, to these fans, and to this franchise, this storied franchise. You should feel shame. And I hope you sell it soon. And I hope the minority owners buy you out and you can just go off into obscurity where you belong. I don't want to talk about the Guards too much. I get emotional. I'm like, the baseball team's in my heart. You know what I mean? I'll get courtside tickets to the Rockers game. If they cheer J-Ram, then I will never ever go to a game ever. Bro, I don't even want to support I love the team. I love the guys. I love Jose. You know, I love all those guys, man. But like, I almost don't want to go to a game just because, like, I don't want to support the Dolans, you know? I don't want to give them money. The fact that some Cleveland fans still consider his team the Indians is all I ever think about. It's a name. I know some people are really deep in the weeds with that shit, but like, it's a name. You know, names change. I used to go by Michael, now it's Mike. Like, it's whatever. Like, it's the Cleveland baseball team. Like, I don't really care all that much. I know some people do, and maybe they have a valid reason why to care that it's the Guardians over the Indians or Indians over the Guardians. I get both sides. I really don't. I think it's frivolous to argue about the name change. You know, like the Commanders, Redskins stuff. Like, I get it, but I don't. It's the name. You know what I mean? I'm only going for dollar dog nights and free stuff forever, my Indians. Yeah, man. I mean, here, I still call them the tribe every now and then. That was smooth. Used to go by Michael. Now it's Mike. Yeah, it could be a lyric. Roy Bird Ducks game's underrated on Friday and Saturday night. Great ballpark. It is a great ballpark, man, especially for AAA. I think Bazana's still in there. I love the Rubber Duck Stadium. And that's another thing. Like, we call them the Rubber Ducks, right? But they used to be the Arrows. It's whatever, you know? It's just a shame that downtown Akron doesn't have a lot of stuff. Except the Green Dragon Inn. Tune In says, I still got my Indians debit card. Paramjob won $1,500. On what? Sports bet? Scratch off? Blackjack? Roulette? Oh, sports bet. See, I'm horrible at sports betting, but I love sports and I analyze sports. I've said this before. If you like sports betting, subscribe to this channel. We have another show coming out called The Fix. That is hosted by Dan Malott and Chris Kurganis, two very excellent sports bettors who are more into that sphere of sports coverage. I love sports. I love the Browns. I love the Cavs. I will cover it. I will analyze it. I will read everything, and I will give you pertinent information and coverage. However, do not take my financial advice when it comes to betting. I do not bet well. I am a homer. I will always bet for my team, even if we suck, because I cannot bet against them. That is just how I am as a person. So do not take, if I ever give you betting advice, it is bad. Don't take it. That's my best advice I can give you, is don't take my betting advice. I'm good at blackjack, though. I'll go to the Jack in downtown Cleveland. I'll rack up. I'm up on those guys. Hit the intro. Can I hit the intro? I'm going to find it. Let's see if I can hit it. Oh, yep. I'm going to play the intro for The Fix, guys, just so you can see what you have to look forward to. That was the fix with Chris Gerganis and Dan Malott. Stay tuned for them. A 6-leg home run parlay. 6-leg parlay. Good for you. I felt as if. Oh, let me put it on screen. I felt as if we wore Chief Wahoo with pride. Well, Redskins came off as derogatory. Let me know what you think, Mike. So, okay. It's hard to talk about, right? Because I'm not Native American, as you can see. I am Italian Sicilian. That is my ethnicity and nationality. I am just born Native, born American. So, Chief Wahoo, I could see both sides. It was initially drawn, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, as a caricature of the first Native American baseball player who played for, at the time, the Cleveland Spiders. And then it turned into Chief Wahoo. And so it was caricature of him. And he knew about it, and he, to my knowledge, greenlit it. So it was a caricature of the first Native American professional baseball player who played for the Cleveland Spiders, who then we became the Indians, and essentially Chief Wahoo was drawn, made, and we were essentially named after the first Native American player to play the game of baseball professionally. However, times do change, and I can see how that can be offensive to some people. Now, I have also seen the other side of the argument where there are certain Native American peoples that don't find that offensive at all. But I see both sides. The Redskins, the name itself, I can kind of get it, but it's been a while. The actual symbol, though, I've seen Native Americans say that that's a warrior symbol. It's meant to say strength. That's was a Native American warrior. I see some that are for it, some that are against it. And at the end of the day, I can see both sides. I don't know if one is more offensive than the other. That's for you to decide. It's for the Native Americans to truly decide, because at the end of the day, only they can decide what is right and wrong in that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not Native. I can't speak to it. I can give my opinion, but my opinion is that if they really didn't like it, then yeah. If the Native Americans didn't like it, then it should have been removed. But if it's split, then I don't know what to tell you. Then if there was a vocal minority, they won. If it was really 50-50 split, it was up to just, the powers that be. But to be honest, humble, I can't speak on it too much. You know what I mean? I'm just not in that sphere. It'd be like me trying to speak about like African American issues. You know what I mean? Like I can talk about it and try and give like a cursory opinion, but I'm not African American. You know what I mean? Same thing. We as in Cleveland fans. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. Tyler Ward smashed that last leg. Cannon, Detroit's finest. I really enjoy your music on the channel. Thank you, Rodney. We really try to pick out the best fit for our intros. I think we pair it well. I always want to go to Italy. Seems nice over there. It's beautiful, man. Italy's Rome was founded in 753 BC, as far as we know. One of the oldest cultures on Earth. Italy's awesome. The problem was Italy also hates itself because Sicilians are an ethnic group. You got Sardinians, you got Southern Italians, Venetians, Etruscans. Italy is a bunch of different peoples that decided to form a country called Italy at a certain point, and they were like, we still don't like each other, but we're going to form a country. Why not? Because I'm Sicilian, right? So, like, and my mother's side's Italian, so I'm like two different kind of like fighting sides, because the Sicilians aren't seen as like real Italians, but the Italians are like it's this whole thing. Go read the history of the 49ers and which name should change. Yeah. The natives said it's not racist. It's the white Karens who said it was racist. Yeah. I mean, I know there were some Native Americans that disagreed with it. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it was the vocal minority or not. That's not for me to say. I'm not going to say it for either way because here's the thing. Was I offended by it? No. Am I a Native American? Also, no. So I can't really speak on it. You know what I mean? Respect. Yeah, I appreciate that. Your outro music could be a single. Don't sleep on the creativity. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. We're covering all bases, man. Covering books, food, ethnic issues, man. We cover everything on this show. We're not afraid to talk about nothing. Any other hot button questions this evening? Let's get into it. There's a lot of Cleveland's got great diversity, by the way. Speaking of, Cleveland's a city of just excellent diversity. I mean, there's so much amazing African American culture there, a lot of Italian culture. We have little Ukraine as well, a lot of sweet Eastern European culture. Like, Cleveland's just awesome, man. It's a melting pot and everybody gets along. I love it. It's like unlike any other city. Some great murals too in downtown Cleveland. Just some great local artists. Support your local artists, by the way. I don't care where you're at. Support your local artists. Those people make amazing things to enrich our life creatively and just everything else, brighten up your city, all that good stuff. And a lot of times art is a thankless job where they don't get paid enough. Shout out to local artists, support your local artists. It's super important. Without the arts, I think a wise man once said, without the arts, humanity means nothing. So support your local artists, your local authors, your local musicians, all that good stuff. You aren't watching UFC tomorrow, are you, Mike? No, I'm not. I'm not a big UFC guy. I'll watch like popular fights, but like I'm not like super into it. It's hard for me to get into individual sports. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to watch tennis or golf. And I don't think it's because those would be considered boring because a lot of people enjoy golf. A lot of people enjoy tennis. Fighting's super cool, right? It's like as a man, it's two dudes beating the hell out of each other. Should be cool. But it's hard for me to enjoy singular sports. I just think I gravitate more towards team sports. I just think that's how I am, especially because there's an emblem, it represents a city, all that stuff. It makes me feel more involved, more part of it. The Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Guardians. I feel like I'm a part of it as a fan because it's a team sport that's representing a city in which I reside or close to, and I can enjoy it. Individual sports, it's just hard for me to get into it as much. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's weird or if you kind of know where I'm coming from, but shout out to Little Italy. All-purpose platform, damn straight. Says he understands that. Yeah. It's just how I am. Joseph loves the fights. I've been over his house and watched the fights a couple times. It's not that I don't respect fighters or think it's like badass. It is badass, and it takes a lot to be a fighter and get to that level. And I respect the sport and everything. It's just hard for me to get into and enjoy. That's all. And I say that even though I'm a virulent WWE fan, and I know it's a predetermined. It's not fake. It's predetermined. Let's cut that line right there. But I've watched that since I was a kid, and most of my favorite wrestlers have retired, so it's a shame there. Undertaker, shout out Mark Calloway, the Undertaker. Please, if you ever ever want to be on this podcast, please reach out. I'd love to interview The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, the greatest wrestler ever. I watch Izzy's fights and salute to the John Jones on retirement. Yeah, salute John Jones on retirement. I saw that. So going for about an hour 30. So if anybody has any last minute questions in the chat, drop them now. I think I'm going to be ending here shortly. So if you have any last minute questions, comments, anything, please leave them now. I'll respond to them. And please like, subscribe, and share if this is your first time checking in. So, but yeah, any last minute questions, comments, anything? Doesn't when Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl this year, how you react. If the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl this year, I will run through downtown butt ass naked and get arrested. Because like here, I'd freak the hell out, bro. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. You know, I appreciate all the support that you give us, Humble. You're just a hell of a guy. I hope you have a great rest of your night, great rest of your weekend. We will be live this Sunday on The Reel, so stay tuned for that. Make sure that notification bell is hit, all that good stuff. You will be seeing me and me alone this upcoming Tuesday on our next episode of The Professional Fan. Don't know what I'm going to be going over yet, so we'll see what happens over the weekend, if there's any juicy sports knowledge, or it might just be another one of these shows where I talk about the Browns a little bit, and then we just go off the rails into a bunch of other stuff. Oh, well. Run fast. Yeah. Dude, if you saw me walk, I hop when I walk. I got a weird gait. I can jump real high. They'll never catch me. Unless they tase me. If they tase me, they'll catch me. That shit hurts. But, all right, folks. I think that's going to do it for this evening. Thank you so much for joining. And again, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share to this channel. Helps us out a lot. Joseph and I are working on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Please also subscribe to Tune In Sports, great friend of the show, great channel, one-stop shop for all NBA and Cavs-focused content. But yeah, I love you all very much. And as always, please stay professional. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you so much. Later.